Good afternoon, collective. I'm here for another reading. Couple of things. All right, now, what came up today? There was something else actually. What was that? It was yesterday. It came to me about sacrifice. Like, you know how normally people, they think of sacrifice and they think of you know, people doing, you know, blood sacrifices by actually physically, you know, like taking something's life and, you know, using blood to, you know, do whatever people do, you know, when they're doing dark magic, right? But I wanted to just bring up about, you know, like sacrifice can also be, you know, like I came up in the context of history, right? Like, because, you know, like if you watch my videos quite often, you know, like historical things come up. And anyway, the sacrifice is also relevant when we're talking about, like, you know, like the powers that be, or the organization of our society. The sacrifices within that can be, you know, like, because I'm talking about, like, you know, like children, indigenous people, women, poor people, or, you know, like people that are generally, you know, disadvantaged in some way. So, like in the past, in history, people were used, you know, like indigenous people were used as slaves, and children also, like, because, and this is where it came up a lot when I was thinking about, like, child sacrifices and the way the society's been set up, like with the schools and, you know, like the industries, and how the education system has sacrificed children in the sense of their education. Also, indigenous people, you know, like stolen generation, single women, like this is, and so, because when we go back to like settlement times in colonial places, you know, children, indigenous and women and just poor people in general were used to as sacrifices for the growth of the industries that were owned by the elites, you know, those that were in power or are in power. It hasn't changed, it's still the same. So a lot of, you know, like, I suppose when you look at everything, sacrifice, human sacrifice, and animals for that matter, you know, when it comes to horses are used for labour and dragging trees and, oh, damn, sorry, it was I got frightened. It sounded like someone was calling me, but it's actually just the music in the background. Anyway, I don't really know where I was going with this. Okay, look, I'll give an example. I'll just take out here to show you like a couple of my paintings, and then I can explain it a little bit better, perhaps. Just a minute. So when we look at this one, right? Let me put this here. You see that? There. Now, let me explain this painting. Right? I haven't quite finished it yet, but I'm getting there. I've started ages ago, but it's been left because we've been doing other things, right? Anyway, this painting here, right? It's about like the consolidation schools that started, and they were like the beginning of our state schools. And those, the children were like the poor kids, under the guise of education. The children that were educated on their, you know, like out in the countries, were given a bus. They'd go and pick them up, bring them, centralise them into this colonial town here, right? And they educated them. They said it was a new experimental school, and they were not going to be, you're not going to be taught, but they were going to be monitored at teaching themselves, whilst they worked for the industries to, you know, like plough the fields, do the experiments with the wheat. So this wheat actually looks different than it actually looks now. But look at the faces, right? Like that. You can't tell me that they look very happy, right? So they also had to like make the wagon wheels and stuff like that, so they had to work for the blacksmith. The women worked, or the girls, not women, these are kids, right? Worked for, you know, like they had to do the domestic education. So it was labour education and domestic, but really it was slave labour, right? When you really look at it. It wasn't an education. They were there just to do the labour, and then they were monitored. So they were monitored as to, you know, how that educated them, because it was like they were educating themselves, but it wasn't like an academic type of education. It was only labour. Okay, so but they did that. And also the stolen generation. So this painting up here as well, right? See this one? This one here. So this one was based on like it was a famous photograph actually of all Indigenous people being chained up and, you know, like forced to work, like for the industries, because at the time, you know, like the time they needed labourers. Because, you know, these were, you know, like here in Australia, they always said there was no slavery, but we know there actually was, right? So anyway, this is what I was getting at when we were talking about sacrifice. Human sacrifice didn't actually mean like, you know, like killing someone on a slab, you know, in weird robes and all that sort of shit. We're just talking about human sacrifice in the industries to work for nothing, under the guise of the betterment of Indigenous people, right? Like they were going to make their lives better because apparently there was something wrong with the way they were living. And with the children, apparently it was giving them an education. But I mean, look at that, right? So, this one, see this one? And this one is about the industries as well. Like, this is a flour mill here. See? This is a flour mill. I hope that music's not too loud. Just give me a moment, I'll turn this down. YouTube's probably going to mess up my video now because of the music on it, but anyway, I wasn't thinking about that. Anyway, this one here is called it's called industrialization. Industrialism, right? With the flour mill. And the building here is like an old colonial building. It used to be an old bakery, but obviously it's all dilapidated now. So it's industrialization, colonization, and then what was it? Industrialization, colonization leads to isolation, and that's the person here. Isolated and homeless. Industrialization, colonialization. There's another. Damn, I can't remember. But anyway, it's led to isolation and homelessness. And this is a lot of the people that were sacrificed. Their whole lives being sacrificed, right? I'll just show you an empowering painting. This one. So this is this one I call the Huntress, right? She's an Indigenous lady. She was a friend of mine. Yeah. Anyway, I could talk about a whole lot more of my paintings in that, but that's enough because we're going to do a reading now, right? Okay. So I don't know why, Anyway, I was just called to bring that up for some reason. I don't know. Because most of us kind of know this, right? Most of us know this. But maybe not, I've been on this subject for a long time, so I feel like everybody else is on the same page, but I don't realise that what I know that not necessarily everyone else knows or understands. Just that. Not necessarily everybody understands or knows about these things, but when you're in it, you kind of don't realise that. Okay, next thing I wanted to say was I opened up my crystal Bible there, and what came out, so we're talking about healing, and this is what we're all, needing to do and heal from, is all this human sacrifice that the majority of our societies and communities and whatnot are healing from, So this, azurite, right, is a very good healing, has very good healing properties. So it helps with, it gets psychic guidance, intuitive development, it urges the soul to enlightenment, it stimulates the third eye, it raises consciousness, it facilitates channeling, psychosomatic understanding, it clears stress. This is where we really get to it, right? Whatever. Clears stress, worry, grief, and sadness. This is the mostly the most important things, because when people are stressed and worried and full of grief and sadness, this is where the actual physical ailments start. So it first starts here in the mind, in the way that people feel. And so if we can alleviate that stress and the worry and the grief, then it prevents the development of internal diseases. Okay? So it also, so if you get onto it before actually the development of the diseases in the body, then, you know, obviously it's better. Okay, so it transmutes fears and phobias. So fears and phobias also cause development of diseases. It calms the nerves and stimulates the throat chakra to speak out. And so, and this is really, really something necessary. A lot of people have a lot of throat problems and like thyroid problems because they haven't been able to speak out about something. You know what I mean? Things have been suppressed, and they can't. If people can't speak out about something, they hold it within, and it causes more illnesses. A lot of people these days have developed a lot of thyroid issues, you know, throat issues, and it's because of that, because they haven't been able to speak out about whatever may have been affecting them emotionally. Because of fear, you know, the fear of persecution, or the fear of, you know, like people coming down on them for actually speaking truth. Okay, so it is this. I'll show you a picture of the stone in a minute, but I don't know whether I've got any myself, and I thought I'll have to go and see if I can find some. But anyway, it helps with the throat healing, arthritis. I'm having issues with that, so I think I better go and find some of this stuff. Joint problems, alignment of the spine, clears blockages in the brain, you know, get rid of that brain fog, because we talked already about, you know, like the third eye chakra. It also helps cleanse the kidneys, gallbladder, the liver, treats the spleen and the thyroid, again the throat, the bones and the teeth, so that's the strength in the body, the skin, and it aids detoxing. So to aid the detoxing, you know, that first starts in the mind, right? And then in the body and all the organs. So if we can do that, this sounds like a bit of a miracle rock, right? It resonates with the mind and mental processes, and energizes and realigns the chakras. So if you can, if you can get that resonance in the mind, and, you know, like, because it all starts in the mind and then it goes to the body. So if we can clear that first, we're on to it, right? So we position it on our skin. It can be on our right hand for, you know, like healing the rest of the body. The third eye. So if you're meditating and you're lying down, you can put one on your third eye, on your right hand. It does tell us though that if you get like sudden palpitations in the heart when you're using it, then don't use it, right? Take it off. But otherwise, put it on the skin. You know, you can even like, you know, like wear it on a bracelet, or you know, like, or necklace, as long as it's on the flesh, right? Yeah. So anyway, I was called to tell you all that. Let's do a reading now. Where shall we start? Where shall we start? Spirit. Oh, I bought some new cards. Bought some new cards. Healing Oracle. Look at that. Aboriginal Healing Oracle. Let's see what comes out with this. It's all about healing, right? So this is where we're at. I'm going to have to read from the book because I don't know. I mean, quite often with my cards, I don't read the book at all, right? You know, I just speak what resonates. But this one, I was looking at it, and I do need to read it because it's got, you know, to get more out of it, we'll read the book, okay? So I just felt that we need it for this one, but we'll see how this comes out. Okay, Holy Spirit, Holy Holy Ancestors. Just a minute now. I feel like that I need to. The dingo just came out there, and that's trust. Trust. I think a lot of us really do need to develop our trust in and faith in, you know, like our guides and God. You know, our people, just our people in general, right? Like, you know, like we've lost the trust, and people are always suspicious of people, and, you know, like always on the defense, and, you know, like not relaxed, you know, like we need we need to be able to trust again, trust each other, forgiveness and trust. Holy Spirit, what do we got here? I got a lot done today. I really feel energized. We have loyalty, and, you know, like with trust, we have loyalty. We've got to have loyalty to be able to trust, or we've got to experience loyalty from the people around us, our families, our friends, you know. Like if there's no loyalty in a friendship or in a family, how can you trust? Inala, and this is Inala, there's the beautiful image there. Inala, loyalty. It's probably one of the most important things that we should have, you know. And the number is number 34, which is a 7. And here we have 35, so 34, 35. Then maybe I haven't shuffled the cards up enough. Alkira, selflessness. Alkira, selflessness. Loyalty and selflessness. So to have loyalty, we must be selfless in being able to defend others, our friends, our family, our people. We defend, and so that's like a sacrifice as well. The selflessness is a sacrifice. So speaking on the words of sacrifice, sacrificing the self, like Jesus sacrificed himself on the cross. It's a selfless act to prove to people that, you know, a correct way of being. And when we've got that with loyalty, we must be selfless in our loyalty to others. What else have we got here, please, Spirit? Brindabella. Brindabella brings contentment. Brindabella brings content. This is also giving me loyalty to oneself, even though this is selflessness. It's like being loyal to the self as well. Selfless in our acts towards ourselves. Does that make sense? Being loyal to ourselves as a selfless act is also being loyal to others. A selfless act for ourselves. Because what goes around comes around, right? So the loyalty, that what we express in loyalty to others is what comes back to us as well. So as a selfless act to others, we are actually projecting a selfless act towards ourselves, which brings then contentment in our lives, because it's a circle, right? It's like what goes around comes around. So the selfless act of loyalty towards others, being loyal to others, is a selfless act, but it also can be a selfish act, if you think of it like that. Because, if the intent can be also like, the intent can be, I'm going to be loyal to this person because that's going to benefit me in some way. So then it becomes a selfish act, right? It's like a double-edged sword. But at the same time, it's being selfless to the self. You know what I'm saying? So being selfless to another person by being loyal in some way is also a selfish act. Can be. Depends on the intent, right? But if we think of it like that, what goes around comes around. It's going to bring contentment, do unto others as you would do to yourself, right? On the bottom of the deck we've got bush food, cherry ballad. Cherry ballad? I don't know what that is. Courage it symbolises. And it's a number 4, which is stability. And it's red, that's giving me like the root chakra. Courage. And the courage comes from the sacral chakra. Okay. What else is Spirit? We have contentment. Loyalty, selflessness, and contentment. All goes together, really. There we go. 2 more here. Irritation at the bottom of the deck. Bracken fern. Irritation. And then faith. But the cards that came out, Allura. Here we go. Forgiveness. This comes under that selflessness as well. Forgiveness is another act of loyalty. And then we've got blackwood and flexibility. So the blackwood wattle symbolises flexibility. So being flexible, being able to be palatable, but that's not the right word. Pliable is the word. Being pliable, and that's kind of like going with the flow, Being pliable, forgive, what goes around comes around, loyalty. So I'm just getting this flowing action, right? So it all goes around and around. Don't know what the irritation is at the bottom of the deck. Don't know. Flexibility might be something to do with the heart chakra as well. Being able to be flexible, not necessarily in the physical, but flexible in the way that we think, you know, like it's being pliable, being able to go with the flow. That's bending, right? That's being able to bend a little bit this way and bend a little bit that way, and not being rigid in our own belief systems, or you know, like, you know how people can be very arrogant and stern and say this is how it is and that's it, and they're not flexible in actually having an open mind to other ways of being. You know what I mean? I mean, this is a lot of it has caused the issues that we have now. I mean, think about it. Like when the colonies were settled, and the amount of damage that they did because they just thought, you know, Indigenous people were like primitive, but they didn't realise they were actually much more advanced than what they were, because the so-called primitive people already have been taught that, or they've already learned those lessons of being able to live with what God provides, and being flexible in the environment and the way that we think and how we, you know, like in the colonies, and it was all very rigid. This is how it is, and you know, like it was detrimental to everybody and everything, even the perpetrators. That it's caused all this sickness and illness and what we're actually dealing with now. Oh God, this subject, I'm just getting over it. Can we just move on, please? But there's people still living in that, thinking in that rigid, stiff way, and not being able to be flexible in different ways of being, and that rigid attitude is what is causing all the friction. Whereas if they can be more flexible, on all sides, right? We need that flexible attitude and open-mindedness. A lot of people talk about, you know, like the new age, but it's actually an ancient, all the new age knowledge is ancient. It's not new. It's just new to the last paradigm, to the last, what do we call it? You know, that last old cycle that was stuck in that rigid dark. It's like what do you call it? Like medieval time. What do you call it? The dark ages. We're just coming out of another dark age. Probably not as dark as the medieval dark ages, but it's sort of like was that, and then it's just weakening to be moving into the new age. But it's a cycle, right? Like, because this is not really new age. It's ancient before the medieval dark ages. Before we had, it was the same as what we're coming into now. because the cycle, you know, like going around, like what is it? The Holocene. What is it? You know, like how we're moving through space, and all the planets going around. I don't know if they're going around. I think they've proved that it's not actually going around the sun. It's actually, it's kind of like the tail, like, is that how it moves through the solar system? I'm not a full bottle on that, but I'm just visualizing, right? But what I do understand is that, like, before the Dark Ages, it was a golden age, right? That's what we call it. Golden age. So as we're coming through the solar system, the golden age is when we're moving like this, right? And then when we're coming down, this is where we're coming down like that, around, because we go around in circles, right? Like that, I can't remember what it's called. Whatever. But when we're going around, the planets are going around, the Earth is going around like this. As it's moving through the solar system is our direct solar system, right? But it's actually moving along in the bigger universe, you know what I mean? So our solar system's like moving in the bigger universe, right? So the Earth, because this is like, you know, like hundreds of years, come over like that. That's the golden age when it's coming up, right? This is like retrograde, going down, right? So that's the Dark Ages, right? Because it's underneath, right? It goes like that, Dark Ages. And then it comes back up to golden age, right? Because we're in the light. And then it goes back down again into the dark. So we've gone from a golden age to the Dark Ages, right? The energy is dark. And then we come back out in the light. So we're coming back out in the light. And so that all that knowledge that was there when we were there before is still there. And all that knowledge is what we're learning now, right? So we're moving into that. That cycle is the age of Aquarius. It's a golden age because we're going on top. So it's light. This is a dark age when it's going retrograde. Okay, light. So we're coming up here, right, like that. Okay. So what I'm saying is that it's this ancient knowledge. The new age is so-called new age. Isn't new. It's ancient. Okay. So people are relearning the ancient knowledge. More and more people are, you know, getting the vibration. You know, like they're picking up on that energy, and it's amazing. Like, you know, like when I first started understanding, you know, this is going back, I don't know, 25, 30 years when I started to understand more. A lot of people didn't. There was those that did, but the understanding of the understanding wasn't quite right either, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's pull some cards on here, right? Let's see what we need to know. Spirit, what do we, oh, I said I was going to read some out of the book. Not at this time. This has already been 39 minutes. Loyalty. Let's have a look at loyalty. Let's see what stories come out today. What do we need to know, Spirit? What is the story coming out? Loyalty. So with loyalty, well, we've got a bunch of cards. We've got a Queen of Swords in reverse. It could be an air sign. She's in reverse. This is like a, yeah, obviously doesn't have any loyalty, right? In their investment. So there's a nest here. The loyalty was waning in the investment. There's a decision made about an empress. So whoever this Queen of Swords was not loyal to this empress in the decisions that they made. The Queen of Swords lied on the empress. So this could be an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. And it's to do with investments. Or they didn't, they invested in a lie. They made a decision to invest in a lie about an empress. We have a coven, a group, and there's an extreme tower here for this coven, and somebody's defensive. Selflessness, Alkira, selflessness, so number 8. Selflessness, what goes around comes around, continuous. The Ouroboros. Selflessness, so yeah, somebody is continuously being selfless in sharing abundance. Wish fulfillment. So this is sharing abundance. 9 of Cups here, please, Spirit. 9 of Cups. Selfless in sharing. A Chariot. Could be a Cancer, or this is a Chariot moving forward quickly. Moving forward. Could be authorities, police, same as this Queen of Swords over here. Could have been, you know, like that can be police. Okay. We've got some heartbreak. So the heartbreak is coming from an authority. Either the authority is heartbroken, or it's the Empress, or the decision, or they realise that the decision that was made towards the Empress was the wrong decision to make, because the loyalty wasn't there. There was no loyalty in a situation of something to do with the sharing of resources. What is this? Oops. There was a lie here. So the heartbreak is to do with a lie. The lie is, okay. So the lie is that the Empress was overindulging and doing things for selfish reasons. You know, like just trying to gain material gain for themselves. So there's And it's like somebody is heartbroken because this was a lie that somebody spun. And this could have come from an authority figure, or an authority figure has learned that somebody lied. Somebody learned that somebody made a decision to invest in a lie. So they kind of kept the lie going. Somebody invested in a lie. So what is the contentment here, Spirit? Oh, we've got the sun here. This is like exposure, contentment. It's also happiness, especially when it comes under contentment. So how come we've got the sun here then? So nobody's coming. We've got a tower. This is exposure. I can't see how that exposure comes under contentment. We've got the devil here. Okay, so somebody was content in believing a lie because it somehow benefited them in some way to invest in a lie, which caused heartbreak and loss. To somebody who was selfless and loyal. Somebody else was disloyal and contented themselves with a lie. But this has been exposed. And somebody's going through a tower now. And I feel like it's an authority figure here. Like a police. It's like This is like the police. You know, when they get, sometimes, and because we've got devil energy here, we've got a Virgo, Four of Pentacles, some holding back money, and somebody's in regret now, holding back money or resources. Someone's been exposed. Somebody lied about resources. I don't know if you remember me talking about, like, there was a reading I did quite some time ago, and it came up that some authorities, like police, some organisation like that, were, you know how people, when they are victims of crime, and there's, you know, like there's money allocated to compensate people when they go through traumatic crime experiences, and people can claim on it. And so, but what came up in that reading like a long time ago was, I don't suppose it was that time, I don't know, month or two. So, someone was holding back that money that was supposed to go to somebody who'd experienced some sort of crime, or yeah, like the authority. There's corruption here because it's the Queen of Swords in reverse. This is lying and corruption, right? Held back money that was supposed to be for compensating somebody, or, you know, like how people, you know how they pay people informants. Perhaps there was money for an informant, and then they lied that there, I don't know, wasn't any or something, and kept it for themselves with the Ten of Cups here because they're greedy. but they're being exposed. Or it's some sort of insurance or something like that. There is no loyalty for somebody. Forgiveness. There's a victory and forgiveness. Always. There's always a victory and forgiveness. Six of Wands. Six of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. There's the victory. So this could be like, if this Empress is the collective, then this Empress or this collective have got an ace. Excuse me. There's a victory here with Allura and Ace of Pentacles. This is an, excuse me, this is an offer. So this is like an offer of, yeah. So somebody's been exposed to this lie, and now somebody's coming forward asking for forgiveness and making an offering. I think something like this came out yesterday, but it came out in a different way. I don't think I did a reading yesterday. It might have been the day before. So yes, somebody invested in a lie to continue a lie, being exposed. The victory is that they, because they've been exposed, they're now coming forward with an offer of some sort. So what's this flexibility? We have, yeah, tempered. So this person, whoever this is, or organization, it's individuals, I think. There's actual individuals within an organization, or some an authoritative. It could be, you know, like a government organization or something like that, or police, like I said. Flexibility, temperance, Queen of Wands. That could be a Sagittarius, because temperance is a Sagittarius as well. Fire sign. Flexibility. Queen of Wands, why is she here? Oh, wow. So, this is, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Something is moving in the favour of this Queen of Wands. Possibly. Somebody's not moving to calmer waters, so this is somebody else. Where did that card go? We have strength. The strength to endure. I don't know. We have the World, and we have the Six of Cups. The World has given me like something on the internet. Strength, moving forward. And the Cups are like the past or family. Let me look at this for a moment. So there's an offer coming in as an apology, right? To temper a Queen of Wands from moving forward. It's like a bribe. Like to stop someone from moving forward here. Strength. It's like I've got a Two of Cups in reverse here. There's no partnership. How shall I clarify here? Let's have a look here with the Kipper. I'll clarify the Six of Cups, please, Spirit. I've got an illness. This could be a family member that is not well. The world. Come out with the world. What is the world here? Somebody's not well, and I'm really, yeah. Look, grief and sorrow. This is karma for somebody. We've got. I'm almost seeing like a poison cup. Poison cup. Made out to be like an offer, like a good offer, but it's not. It's like gold in the cup, but it's going to cause somebody to be ill. Or it has already. Somebody in a family is like a cycle is over here, like, because this is the world, right? And somebody's grieving and in sorrow because they're ill. And I just keep looking at this cup, and it's something to do with this cup. Somebody taking something that's not been good for them. Strength? Look, no, there's a death here. And we've got closing out a cycle as well. Somebody's not well. Somebody's... Why does that come out on strength? Could be a Leo. I don't know. Six of Swords. This is somebody, a good lady, has not walked away, has not moved to calmer waters, has not died. Somebody's in grief because somebody hasn't died because of like a poisonous drink or something. Wheel of Fortune. Why is that here? Ooh. False person. Somebody who put an action in motion is a false person, or was a false person. Queen of Wands. There's a legal matter now. Temperance. Oh, wait. We've got murky thoughts, a small child, and prison. Is prison this person's new beginning? Or why is there a child here? Somebody got paid. That's what this offer is. Six of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Please, Spirit. A lot of money. This is like somebody got paid a lot of money to take somebody out, but this person didn't get taken out. Didn't go because we've got the Six of Swords there. And strength to not die. Somebody's grieving over that. Made them sick. But they didn't die. It made them sick, but they didn't die. This legal matter could be here for a Queen of Wands. Could be going to prison. Tower, being exposed, and the Sun. Tower and the Sun. Tower and the Sun. We have a rich man. The rich man is having a tower because the rich man is being exposed. This is the person who's paid the other person. The Chariot, expectation, the lie. Chariot, expect movement, expect to move on. What is the Eight of Swords? A Lover, expectation, a lie, about a lover. Because of a lie about a lover, expectation, Chariot. Lie. Somebody lied about an infidelity of some sort. Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. A main male overindulging. Oh, a main male overindulging in sex. Three of Swords. What is the Three of Swords? In a living room. Somebody's heartbroken. Somebody overindulging. It's a living room. Living room. A rich girl. Somebody's heartbroken over a rich girl. They lied. Because they someone was heartbroken over a rich girl in a living room. So they lied about expected thief. An expectation of a thief. It's almost like stolen love. Okay, what is the investment? 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles, what is this investment? Occupation. In reverse, somebody didn't want to work. Somebody didn't want to work and they wanted to invest in the Empress. Empress, 2, a gift in reverse. They didn't want to, got caught on a long road. Let me just put that back in there. Clarify that again, please. 2 of Wands and the Empress. 2 of Wands and the Empress. We've got sad news here about this decision. Sad news about this partnership. Yeah. Oh God. Queen of Swords. Who's the Queen of Swords? In reverse. Yeah, an official person in reverse. So what I see here is that somebody didn't want to work. They wanted to go into a partnership with the Empress, this rich girl, in this living room, but they were heartbroken because the rich girl, because this person was expecting like a relationship with what they invested in with the 7 of Pentacles, because they didn't want to work. This is like marrying for money, right? But there was a lie here. Because they were heartbroken, because the rich girl ran away with the Chariot. She ran away. And this brought a tower and exposure to this rich man. But he was rich. But how could he be rich? He didn't want to work. Main male. Overindulgence. Somebody was drinking lots of cups. Or wanted all these resources. It's main male. No employment, but we've got investment, see? So no employment, but investment in the Empress, who they wanted to marry. But the sad news is that the Empress made a decision to break this person's heart. Well, you know, it just knocked him back probably. So this person expected the Empress to, or this rich girl, expected this or went around lying about the Empress being a thief. Shit. So what's it got to do with this rich man journey? A lot of money. The Chariot again. We got journey and chariot. So this is like moving on. Moving on. Next. It's just giving me like next. Like, okay, so this is what the person was lying about. But the good lady here has not moved on with the Empress. There's a victory with the 6 of Wands. So the lie could have been that the Empress was chasing money. Well, this is the apology. But it goes on that the good lady didn't go away. I'm confused. Because she was strong, the cycle was over for this family member or this past person who paid somebody. Paid somebody to do something to the collective, to make them sick and die. Somebody's going to jail. Why is this child here? Child? A long road. A long road. Child? High honour. So it's a child in high honour. Now I'm confused. Someone in high honour. Could be just a young person, immature person, held in high honour, or holds we've got high honour and prison. Like, what the hell? Prison, a meeting. This is not getting any clearer, I'm afraid. Got his thoughts at the bottom of the deck. Maybe we can find out who people might be. Like, might clean things up a little. Okay, so that's... sorry. Queen of Swords in reverse. Who's the Queen of Swords in reverse, Spirit? Queen of Swords in reverse. Got an uncle. Uncle. It's not an authority. Or the corrupt uncle. Occupation in reverse with the 7. So somebody might have caused or invested in ruining the collective's occupation or the Empress's occupation. That was the investment, the lie. Ruining someone's occupation with a lie. Sad news here with a marriage and an Empress. Marriage and Empress. Yeah, partnership. Sad news with a partnership for the Empress. That's a business partnership. Work we're talking about here. A brother was involved. There's the 9 of Cups and the main male. Scorpio in reverse. Main male. Scorpio. Chariot. Where's the Chariot here? A nephew. Someone's nephew has expectations of a thief. The Three of Swords in the living room. Three of Swords in the living room. A friend in the living room is heartbroken. A rich girl. Who's the rich girl? Who's the rich girl? What do you mean? Who's the rich girl? Rich girl. Society. And a Pisces in reverse. Pisces in reverse. Society. The lie and the success in love. Hometown. Lovers in a hometown were lied about. Thief. Who's the thief? Family. Tower and a main male. A friend is in the tower. He's going on a journey. Six of Wands. FBI just showed itself. A mother and a sister. Or a mother that is a sister. I don't know. Hang on. Ace of Pentacles. A lot of money. Who's getting a lot of money? Work. So there's a victory here because, you know, like, what did I say over here? Somebody lied about somebody in their occupation to a partnership in work. And it's something to do with an uncle. Or somebody seen as an uncle. What is the change here? Change, police, daughter. Hang on, let me try that again. Change, Ace of Pentacles. Change. An Aries. Ace of Pentacles. Work. Somebody's an Aries. Who's the good lady here? Who's the good lady? Who's the good lady? Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit. Who's the good lady? Oh, I've got church, arts. That's too many, Spirit. Come on, one. Just give us one here. One, good lady. We have an in-law. An in-law is a good lady. It's strong. Strength. And funeral. Strength and funeral. Travel. A Leo in reverse. And yeah, because that's the strength card. A Leo could be going to pass away. Somebody who travelled. Grief. The World card. Grief. Hang on. No, let's have a look at who's unwell with the Six of Cups. Short illness. It's a husband. Somebody's husband could be this Leo. So somebody's husband is going to be ill or is ill and going to pass away or has done. Someone was sick. Somebody's husband was sick. Somebody travelled. An in-law. Shit, I don't know. Who's the false person here? A brother? And a wheel of fortune. We've got legal matters with the Queen of Wands. What is this legal matter with the Queen of Wands? Taurus? Capricorn? Libra or Cancer? All of those people now tied into a legal matter. This could be these people having a meeting. Who's going to jail? Why is prison here? Capricorn. This could be devil energy. It's a Capricorn. Murky thoughts on a child. Ooh. Did I just get clarification on somebody's child here? Somebody having murky thoughts about a child, and that's why they're going to prison. We've got the C here with corruption. We're talking uncles and brothers and sisters and shit here, right? So this person could be in a Capricorn. Who's going to jail. It could be that they're in devil energy, having murky thoughts about a child or children. Could be this false person here. A husband, yeah, illness. That could be the illness, right? Of someone's husband having murky thoughts about a child. There's a Leo that travelled, but it's in reverse, so it could be somebody who's already passed away, and that's why we've got the grief here in the end of the cycle. But somebody here is an in-law who has not gone away. There's a good lady. There's a good lady who's an in-law. Could have been a Leo, maybe. Maybe it was a Leo in the devil energy being the Capricorn. Or the, you know, like they've got that Capricorn or Leo. Or, Leo could have a Capricorn in their chart, though. A meeting. A meeting. Who's in this meeting? A coven meeting. This could be like a whole coven in correctional services. That's what I just got told. Society, Pisces in reverse. Could be this child. Who's in high honour here on the long road? Who's in high honour? Or somebody was considered to be in high honour is going to a church. Oh my God, this is like this generational curse breaker series that I was on about. It seems like it's the same story. But we do know that this same story has continued and continued and continued because the curses haven't been broken. Right down to now, and now all these things are coming out from all this past history of this shit. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So this could be like a whole, lots of people, the same story, you know, with variations. Oh, yeah, because, yes, of course, because, you know, didn't I just start this whole reading on child sacrifice or human sacrifice. With the system, we've got society here, right? We've got the churches here, we've got the Crimes Commission here, we've got a coven, we've got the correctional services, the police here, and the lies in a town. Are the lies about coupling niece, nephew, thieves. This is stealing people's lives. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's finish off with this. What we got to say here, Spirit. I don't know what to call this deck because it just sort of has a whole lot of random stuff in it. Okay, so what do we need to know to finish this off, please, Spirit? What are the last messages? Oh, we've got a bitch and forgiveness. We've got a bank teller and a fuckwit. Bank teller? I don't know why bank teller. Bank teller comes up in other people's readings, I noticed as well. So it must be about money, obviously, because that's come up heaps in here. But it's whether it's a specific person or a bank, but then we're not just going to. We've got fuckwit in reverse. Family secrets. Because this story began too on, loyalty, and we got betrayal. And we got troublemaker and a happiness hater. An institution. And no peace. There's no peace for this institution. Because all this shit's coming out for the institutions. Okay, let's just get a couple of finishing messages here from our demons and angels, right? How long have we been going here? Nearly an hour and a half. I'm sorry, it's been so long. Okay, finishing messages from our demons. We've got plenty of demons in this reading. Some Samias. Now, didn't I say education? This says, education is a powerful weapon in the right hands. See, didn't I say about like the consolidation school? It was only educating people to be labourers and domestics, and that was it. In the right hands, it can be a really powerful weapon, having education. So once you get the education of all our history, it's a powerful weapon, right? How can you use what you know to accomplish your goals? Are we doing that right now? Okay. Oh, look, it just the same one just came out again. So it's just like saying, this is the education. This is what we're doing, right? This is what the collective is doing. Is educating the masses. Because that was also part of the mission, was to cloud everyone's minds, right? So they didn't understand what was going on. Boom. Says, connect with your ancestors, because this is history, and ask them for guidance. Wisdom and wealth await in equal abundance, because we all should be equal, right? We all should be equal, and that is the injustice of this whole scenarios. And I'm not going to say scenario, because I'm saying scenarios, because this has happened to so many different communities, like across the world. This is global. As well as you know, people that are listening, this could be your personal readings as well. You have a sense of humility, right? Don't be too proud, so you can find peace against troubles. Yeah, we're going to find peace in amongst all this, and this is the whole point, right? So we moving into the golden age, and we're going to have peace in this time, because there's no room for all this dark energy and this dark, unbalanced, unequal world, I should say. We're going to have equality coming towards us now. Lekabel. Could you make a shift? This is the shift. We're making a shift by talking, right? Do some soul searching to see if you're on the right path. So let's get our information right, yeah? And this is about, like, in getting that education and realizing what the actual story is. It helps people to forgive and also to move on, because everybody's been influenced in different ways and have played a part in this, the last cycle in some way, shape, form or another. And we've all been victims and perpetrators in the whole story. In different ways. Mamaya. All things must come to an end. Yes, because we're moving into a new cycle, right? This ending will be a good one. Yep. So that's a nice, good finish, right? So this is going to be a good finish to this story. It's coming to an end. Because I'm sick of the story. I don't know about you, but I am. Yeah. So anyway, if you, I'm going to end it here. And if you like my content, please like, share and subscribe. It helps me. If you would like to donate, there's a donate PayPal link in the description box or on the main page. I have my shop if you want to buy something from my shop. I'm always putting new product on my shop, and it's all my designs. It's all from my artworks. So the products are my merchandise with my artworks on them. So it is original and new. Right, yeah, I'll be doing a whole lot more of that, and it's a good way to help me. Or you can just super thanks, like that's down the bottom there in the description box as well, or it's in the comment. I think it comes up in the comment section. I'm not sure. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. I'll see you in the next read. Thank you for being here, and I really appreciate those who have actually bought some of my products. I got a message, 2 messages actually, from a couple of people that bought my products today, being very happy with what they got, and sent me a nice message about that. So I'll leave it there, and I'll see you in the next reading. Thank you. Bye bye.